Hello guys, I hope you're all doing well. Here's the next section of my first novel in my series, Black and White Odyssey of Eden, starting chapter 5. So yeah, let's get to this. Everlasting Misery is the name of this chapter. He awoke to a dark room. He squinted as computer screens blared brightly in his eyes, displaying endless amounts of what looked to be biometric data. 4 individuals surrounded him, 3 of them standing in front of plinths, supporting objects that gave the impression of virtual reality goggles. He remembered their faces. He knew these people. "Hello, James," a heavy-set woman with broken glasses said to him, in a joyful tone. She was methodically removing the restraints tied around his appendages. Above him was a dark circle that appeared to have depth, several feet in diameter. It appeared large enough to allow a full-grown man to pass through it. He remembered it, having seen it several thousands of times before. "Hello, Jessica," he said, straining to remember her name. So it was like, "Hello, Jessica," like that. Expressionless, he said to the tall, dark-skinned man, a control panel that looked as if it was monitoring his heart rate. "Again." He looked back at him with an air of shock in his eyes. "James, don't you want to rest? You were in there for 32 years. You know that I don't have the luxury of rest, Tom." He stuttered out the man's name, again struggling to pull it from his hazy memory. "It's 32 years every time. You know this. And this body will only last so much longer. Thousands of years. I'm already 41 years old, despite our efforts to slow down my metabolism, and the aliasing is tearing me apart from the inside. We're wasting time. Send me back." Tom looked at him in a melancholic manner. "You don't remember, do you, James?" "Remember," he said with his voice, as his voice tapered off. "Remember what?" "You're 58 years old, sir," Tom said. He had been referred to as Sir. Why? So many years, his history became a mist that he could not grasp with his bare hands. "Am I?" he said, looking towards the ground, lips separated as he breathed in slowly, deliberately. "Anything, sir?" said Tom. "Maybe. I don't know. Maybe, all right." "Time," said another portly man with a pipe in his mouth and a thick graying mustache. "I thought you said time didn't exist, my good man." "Yes, I did. Right?" He shook his head with rapid progression. "You know what I meant." "Of course, sir," said the portly man, with a loving smile upon his face. This man was Matthew Arnberg, another one of his closest friends. Or was he? James no longer remembered. What he did remember is that Matthew had taken to calling him the scientist. It simplified things. He, the scientist, had held so many names by now. The scientist sat there in the metal chair with several cables attached to it, staring into space blankly, mouth slightly open. The image of the brunette woman crying flashed once more in his mind. She had placed her hand upon his face, looking into his pain through his eyes, and feeling it as if she were him, with his blood seeping through her fingers. He stared into her eyes unblinkingly as the dust ate away her body. He remembered every moment of it, up until he faded. He had to constantly analyze. He had to find anything, remain as long as he possibly could, document as much as he could, no matter how traumatic it may have been. Even the tears upon her face dissolved as the microscopic machines ate everything in their path indiscriminately. Alright, that's this section. Come at you with the next one later. Love ya. Peace.